Welcome to Cognitia, where complex ideas are broken down into clear, concise understanding. Today, we explore a war that has been raging for billions of years, killing trillions every single day. While we don't even notice, a war fought by the single deadliest entity on our planet, the bacteriophage, or phage for short. A bacteriophage is a virus. Not quite alive, not quite dead. Unlike animals or bacteria, phages cannot reproduce on their own. They don't eat, breathe, or think. They exist only to infect. They look like something out of science fiction. Most phages have a geometric head shaped like an icosahedron, a structure with 20 faces and 30 edges. Inside is their genetic material, either DNA or RNA. Attached to the head is a tail, often with leg-like fibers used to attach to bacteria. There are more phages on Earth than every other organism combined. More than plants, animals, and bacteria together. Scientists estimate there are around 10 to the power of 31 phages on this planet. They exist wherever life exists. Billions are on your hands right now. Billions more live on your eyelids, and trillions pass through your intestines every day. That might sound terrifying, considering phages are responsible for the majority of deaths on Earth. But there is a catch. Phages only kill bacteria. Humans are completely immune to them. They cannot infect our cells or interact with our biology. We encounter billions of phages every day and simply ignore each other in the oceans alone. Phages kill up to 40% of all bacteria every single day, shaping ecosystems and recycling nutrients on a massive scale. Like all viruses, phages need a host to survive. They are extremely specialized. Most phages target only one specific species of bacteria, sometimes only a few closely related strains. Think of a phage as a cruise missile programmed to hunt a single family. When a phage finds its target, it attaches its tail fibers to specific receptors on the bacterial surface. The tail then contracts like a syringe, puncturing the cell wall and injecting the phage's genetic material inside. Within minutes, the bacterium is no longer in control. Its internal machinery is hijacked and forced to produce phage parts instead of maintaining itself. The bacterium becomes a factory for its own destruction. Once enough new phages are assembled, the virus produces an enzyme called endolysin. Endolysin weakens the bacterial cell wall from the inside. Pressure builds until the bacterium bursts open, releasing dozens or even hundreds of new phages. Each of them immediately begins hunting again. For most of human history, bacteria were our phages. A small cut, a contaminated sip of water, or a simple infection could be fatal. Then, about 100 years ago, everything changed by accident. Humans discovered that certain fungi produced substances that killed bacteria. We called them antibiotics. Antibiotics were incredibly effective. They turned once deadly infections into minor inconveniences. Surgery became safer. Childbirth became survivable. Because antibiotics worked so well, we began to overuse them. We prescribed them too often for weak illnesses and even for infections they could not treat. We used them in agriculture and livestock. We lost respect for both the enemy and the weapon. But bacteria are living organisms. They reproduce quickly, mutate constantly, and share genetic information. Under constant antibiotic pressure, only resistant bacteria survived. Over time, is created superbugs, bacteria immune to nearly all available antibiotics. This resistance is spreading worldwide. By 2050, drug-resistant infections could kill more humans each year than cancer. Even today, more than 23,000 people die annually in the United States alone from resistant bacteria. Age of antibiotics is coming to an end, and this is where phages return, injecting millions of viruses into the human body. Sounds terrifying, until you remember that we already live with billions of phages every day. They do not harm human cells, and they do not wipe out beneficial bacteria. Antibiotics are like carpet bombing. Phages are precision-guided weapons. They kill only what they are meant to kill. Bacteria can evolve resistance to phages, but phages evolve too. This arms race has been going on for billions of years, long before humans existed. In many cases, when bacteria evolve resistance to phages, they lose their resistance to antibiotics. They cannot defend against both at the same time. This is not just theory. A patient suffering from a severe infection caused by Pseudomonas aeruginosa, one of the most dangerous antibiotic-resistant bacteria, had no treatment options left. The bacteria resisted nearly all antibiotics and could survive. Disinfectants. Doctors injected thousands of bacteriophages directly into the infected area, alongside antibiotics that no longer worked. Within weeks, the infection disappeared. The patient survived. Phage therapy is still experimental. It is difficult to standardize, and each infection may require a custom treatment. Pharmaceutical companies have been slow to invest, but things are changing. In 2016, the largest phage clinical trial to date began, as antibiotic resistance continues to rise. Phages may no longer be optional. They may be necessary. The era of antibiotics is ending. The era of phages may just be beginning. And injecting the deadliest entity on Earth into our bodies might be what saves millions of lives. Thank you for watching Cognitia. Until next time, stay curious.